Well, hello, everybody. The countdown is on. We are less than 30 minutes away from the start of UFC Vegas 25. The main event is a doozy. Dominic Reyes versus Procházka, who will take that next step towards title contention here in the UFC. It goes down in a matter of moments, the event. 29 minutes, 18 seconds, and counting, as we welcome you to the People's Pre-Fight Show here on the MMAfighting.com YouTube channel, Twitter page, Facebook page. This is your show. So you guys control what we talk about, where we're going with this thing. So ask your questions, give your thoughts on the card, and we will discuss whatever you want. So leave all those in the comment section, wherever you're watching right now. I am Mike Heck. I do not do this alone, thank God. We got José Youngs joining us from lovely Phoenix, Arizona. Probably 70 degrees warmer there.
Probably.
Than it is in New
What's
England.
the temperature over there?
I had to take my son to his first soccer practice today. It was 37 degrees. It was brutal.
What?
May 1st.
We are a nice, breezy 99 degrees here in Phoenix.
So you're 50 degrees warmer than where we're at. So that is Jose. We also have the Prince of Positivity, the Emperor of Entertainment, and the Lord of the Landline, Alex K.
I knew
Lee.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it if you didn't. I was like, oh, he's queuing me up. He's queuing me up. I'm like, oh no, he's already got it. And by the way, guys, next time you're discussing temperatures, can you please convert to Celsius for people like me in Canada and our international viewers? You know, please, the one true temperature measurement.
Yes, you can convert that if you'd like. And we have on the ones and twos, Mr. E. Casey Leydon joining us. He will be bringing the questions on the screen and giving his fiery hot takes per usual. How are you, my friend?
Fahrenheit, baby. Fahrenheit. That's where it's at. You know it. I know it. AK knows it. Fahrenheit all the way. Man, Celsius. What are you, a scientist? Jeez, come on.
All right, so let's take the fire into the fights, shall we? We got a lot to discuss. We did lose a fight. If you watch the previous show, we found out at the very end that Jonathan Pierce and Mowgli Benitez is no longer happening. Benitez had the big weight miss. Jonathan Pierce said, I ain't doing it. Not worth it. Not worth the 30%. He will live to fight another day. We hope to hear from Mr. JSP on what the heck this week. Working on that. Looks like it will happen. So we'll see what he has to say about the whole situation. So do we have anything like in the comments already? Do we have questions? Do we have?
Oh, yeah. We're good to go.
Let's get right after this thing with a little under 27 minutes to go from the first fight of the night.
All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah. MMA Vloggers wants to know where. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Casey?
I have contacts.
I think it's MMA Wagers.
It's
I believe it's
Wagers.
Ma. I believe it's Ma Vloggers. He's a German viewer. I've spoken to him over Instagram.
Is he related?
He's from Germany.
Is he related to NBA center Mo Wagner?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Also from Germany. Yeah. So that's the only reason I know is because I know Mo Wagner, and that's the only I can pronounce. So. Casey, you have contacts now, or you?
Yeah. I was training some UFC today, so I had to put the the little contacts in, So yeah, I kept them in so people can see my pretty eyes. People tell them they're pretty, so give the fans what they want. That's all.
Wow.
There you go. This is the People's Pre-Fight Show.
You don't think so, AK? Was that just our little thing?
I didn't say anything. I had no comment. I don't comment on these things during work hours. I've been warned about that before. And
I have HR in the Slack channel ready to go. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to say that's called entrapment, buddy. That's called entrapment. So,
all right.
I know. Believe me, I've got enough warnings. I know.
Okay. Big question. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh
wow, we already got it. Who's worse, Jake Paul or Joshua Fabia? One man knocked out Ben Askren, the other man ruined Diego Sanchez's career. So, AK, who's worse to talk about right now, Jake Paul or Joshua Fabia?
That's tough. I mean, look, from a kind of fun, wacky combat sportsy standpoint, I actually kind of enjoy talking about Jake Paul. But I mean, when you consider all the allegations around him and just what a general crap human being he is, it really sucks talking about Jake Paul. Frank, it's horrible to talk about him. I guess Fabia. So I guess Fabia by default. I mean, Fabia. I mean, we don't know who knows what skeletons this guy has in his closet, but as far as we know, he's just, I don't know, the latest in the long line of egotistical weirdos to pop up in MMA. I hate the effect and the amount of influence he's having on the Diego Sanchez story. I think we all respect Diego Sanchez as much as we kind of crack jokes about his eccentric personality over the years, but we've done it with affection. This aspect there's nothing funny about it. It's a little sad. It's infuriating, I think, for anyone who saw the clip that Diego himself put up of Fabia at the fighters meeting and all the stuff we heard of since, and of course now Diego Sanchez being released. So yeah, it's I'll go. What was it? Who's worse or who's better?
Worse.
So Jake Paul's worse to talk about then. Yeah, so just almost by default, but both are pretty awful.
Yeah, I think it's flip a coin, and that's your answer. I think they're both awful. Jose shaking his head. Go ahead.
Jake Paul, if you have sexual assaults allegations tied to your name, you are the worst individual. It's just where I fall on the line.
Fair enough. Can't argue that.
I was gonna have a funny remark, but now that we threw out the sexual assault thing, I'm just gonna end it with that one.
You can't make
I can't follow that.
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this guy if this is there's still stuff there's still stuff under investigation and this and that, but and it's to the point where the accusers have actually put their name out there. That's how strong they think their cases are, that they're not even hiding behind the wall of anonymity. So yeah, Jake Paul is clearly the worst human being.
All right, there's your answer.
All right, what else we got?
Here we go.
Do you think Sean Strickland has the potential of making a run to the title in middleweight? If he wins Saturday night, he should call it Kevin Holland. Their Twitter beef is hilarious. I mean, AK, this is a on to the next one special for you. You've been lobbying for this one for quite some time. I don't think that's a bad idea if he wins. But do you think he can make a run to the title? Do you look at him as a future title challenger?
Yeah, of course. Look, I think he's looked like a new man at 185. I think he's been one of those people who, when they, it doesn't happen for everyone, but they kind of move up a weight class, and you really get to see the best of them. And he certainly seems to enjoy it. Seems like a pretty big 185er. So again, he's one of those guys cutting to 170 all those years. You probably were not seeing the best of him, even though he has some good wins in that weight class. I think that speaks again to just how talented he is. So yeah, I wouldn't rule out fighting the right opponents. Yeah, absolutely getting a title shot. The Holland thing for sure has to happen someday. It's unfortunate that I think most of us are hoping that Holland drops down to 170. And again, I don't think Strickland will follow him down there. So depending how many more fights Holland wants to take at 185, which could be several, again, given how quickly he accepts fights. I don't know if that, but I don't know if that one's going to happen. The ship may have sailed, which is unfortunate because, yeah, from a style perspective, from the both guys love to talk in the cage perspective, really, really, really good, fun matchup on paper. It just might not happen. But yeah, Sean Strickland, I'd say but not a lot. Yeah, I'd say a long shot to get a title shot. Again, all you need is one surprising, big win, and you're right in there. So 185 is there for the taking.
To me, it's obviously TBD. It's too early to tell. But if he goes out there and has a great performance against a guy like Krzysztof Jotko, yeah, I think he would kind of enter the discussion as someone to keep an eye on maybe in the next couple of years to potentially get there. But he's got a tough fight ahead of him tonight. There's no doubt about that. The line right now, Strickland is now a minus 280 favorite, plus 255 the comeback on Krzysztof Jotko. That line is just outrageous, like we talked about in the previous show. But kind of looking at Sean Strickland, his body of work, Jose, now that he's gone up to 85, he's obviously a new man since the motorcycle accident and making the comeback. You see it on his social media. Like when he was at 170 before the motorcycle accident, he was just fighting. It's my job. I got to fight. But now that he's come back, you look at his Instagram, it's like he's fallen in love with the game all over again. It's like pre-UFC Sean Strickland, and he's in a really good place. So do you look at him as a potential title threat at 185 right now?
It's a little early to tell. I think he's kind of in that cat. With this win, he would be in that category of before when Jack Hermanson fought what's his name, Jacare. When he was right there, and then he got that big first test, and then Jacare was the one, the big win over Jacare kind of propelled him into those main event statuses, where then he fought the Cannoneers, the Gastelums. Obviously he lost to Vittoria in the main event, but I think one more win here, and then maybe he fights the winner of Jacare and Muniz. Is that his name? Is that who he's fighting? If I remember correctly, Muniz would be on a 4-fight win streak, 3-fight win streak in the UFC, all middleweight. Strickland would be on like a 3-fight win streak. Jacare is obviously a big name. Maybe you give him the loser of Sabazian, Hermanson, but he's not ranked right now as far as I know, so it's going to be a while. But yeah, a win over Jacare, I think, would put him into that category of one more win, cracking the top 15.
Casey, what do you think? Do you like the idea of Strickland versus Holland if he wins, or should he maybe go a different direction?
No, I have zero interest in Strickland versus Holland. I want Holland to go to 170. I think he is a welterweight. I think he just has to. I think it's gonna make him a better fighter. I'm talking about Kevin Holland, just because I don't think it's a dangerous weight cut, but it's a weight cut that will give him more discipline and just focus on his training. And so I just don't have interest in that fight. For Strickland though, honestly, no. I think does he have potential to be a top 10 middleweight? Yes. Make a run at the title. I guess everyone's making a run at the title, so that's a pretty open-ended question. But is he gonna be like a legit top 3 guy, like, or Izzy's gonna be like, what have you done lately? All that kind of that kind of Twitter beef. But until Izzy or Costa, one of those guys, even mentions Sean Strickland, I just think Sean Strickland's right now, just a mid-tier middleweight who's got potential, and he's hitting his prime, so who knows? But I have no strong.
Does he beat Darren? Does he beat Darren Till? Darren Till's 1-1 in middleweight.
Well, a different level of competition though. So
right.
Did he beat Darren Till? You know what? If Strickland has a impressive performance tonight, I could see Till Strickland. So I don't know if I'm kind of like Jed on Till. I really don't know how good Till is. To be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they were both really physically big welterweights that went up. The difference is Darren Till got Kelvin Gastelum right away and beat a stoned Kelvin Gastelum in Madison Square Garden, and then he lost to Robert Whittaker. Like, he's literally lost like the top 2 of like the top 3. he just got the gold ticket, and Sean Strickland is working his way up.
Yeah, and then Strickland says, I mean, I don't know. I hate using the word cringy, but because it's very overused term. But I find a lot of what Strickland, his trash talk, is cringy. But that doesn't matter. If you win fights, you win fights. So cool.
He's the second biggest favorite on the card tonight. So if he can fight like the second biggest favorite on the card tonight, then we'll see what happens. He'll deserve a step up for sure. What else we got? Can we get their full thoughts on JSP saying hell no to Gabriel Benitez, since it came out literally when the music was playing yesterday? I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, he just said no. I'm not going to reward him. AK loves it.
Full thoughts. This is my full thoughts right here. Good job, Jonathan Pierce. Again, whatever the issue was with Gabriel Benitez, again, maybe we'll find out there was an injury and illness. I'm not going to come down super hard. I think it's a terrible weight miss, 4.5 pounds. He was coming down from lightweight, which makes me think that, maybe we should probably stay at 155. But whatever the story that comes out, again, before we make any judgments. But either way, whatever the reason is, if you're Jonathan Pierce, you did the responsible thing, and you're not going in there with a guy who didn't. He came in early. He showed up. He was one of the first, I think, 10 people to weigh in.
Which is that's very important,
right?
Something to note. He did not wait the 2-hour window. He didn't even fake it. He didn't even like go, "Oh, I tried my best, guys. I may wait." He didn't do that.
No. Clearly, a little bit of gaming the system there, hoping his opponent would still take the fight. But I mean, almost 5 pounds is a lot. I mean, again, that's half a weight class up. And and good. I know a lot of fighters. It's a financial thing, and it's a pressure from the UFC thing. And if Pierce can disregard those things, that's great. He should be applauded. I see people saying like, "Oh, he's making a mistake," in the eyes of the UFC. It's like, him and his team, I think they know what they're doing, and I hope more fighters have this option and take it. So I'm all for what Jonathan Pierce did.
Now, am I wrong? But is the last person to decline a fight because of a weight miss, was that Leslie Smith? I'm sure there had to be someone in between. Okay, there aren't that many then, I guess. Yeah, I mean, so this is
actually decline.
This is very rare to happen. So. I just hope for Mr. Pierce. It's Pierce, right?
Yeah.
I just hope he faces no negative ramifications from the matchmakers or Dana himself for not being a savage, and doing all that. That's all. That's honestly my biggest worry for him in his career. So I'm hoping.
He's being smart. I mean, that's a tough fight anyways, but to have that big of a disadvantage.
This is also his third fight in the UFC, correct? Not counting the Contender Series. Like I assume Leydon was his debut, and then he fought someone else, and then this was like I assume when he signed on to fight Leydon, it was a 4-fight contract like you normally get. This would be his third fight. You lose, you're 1-2. It's not looking good. Yeah, smart play by Pierce, not risking that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
it. Generally, our fans kind of boo-hooing it. Pierce. Turn down
I do see a few comments on MMA fighting and on Twitter, but again, I don't always assume that people are commenting are necessarily represent the majority. Because people who don't have a problem with it just aren't commenting, right? So there could be like 10-1 people for it, but there's certainly a vocal minority who are saying like, oh, he's for like. I see people saying he should be a professional and take the fight, and it's like what? Wait, what? Like, are you? But the other guy. So I don't know. I would just tell people if you see a subsegment of fans who are chastising Pierce for this, you know who to ignore. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, and I think people are excited for the fight too, so that kind of stings.
To be fair, just ignore most of the things you see on Twitter. Just go about your day. You'll be happier.
True.
Pretty true.
Don't comment on anything on Twitter.
Is it fair to say Yuri Procházka is the Corey Sandhagen of the light heavyweight division if he gets a highlight reel KO on Dominic Reyes tonight?
Not sure what that means.
Based on
what?
Does that
mean? What does that mean?
I don't know if he means like, okay, so if you guys missed it, I spoke with Cody Stamen on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. And he dropped a bomb about how
that was
Corey
crazy.
Sandhagen scares the hell out of him. He just basically said like, there's nobody else in this division. If I saw their name on a contract where I would like think about it, but if I saw Corey Sandhagen's name, I'd be like, oh boy, I don't think I want to fight this guy. Like he's the scariest guy in this division. So maybe he's asking like if Yuri Procházka gets put in like that territory where fellow 205ers, maybe even Teixeira, maybe even
like Romero,
Jan Blachowicz, think like,
everyone's just
damn
scared
it,
of
like
him.
I have to fight. Yeah, I have to fight this guy now. So we'll put it in that context, Jose. Do you think if he goes out there and just runs through Dominic Reyes and puts him out in devastating fashion tonight, does he kind of get that moniker amongst like the rest of the division and just everybody else at this point?
I'm not going to try and get into the mind of the light heavyweights, but like if the top, like Jan and Glover are already locked up, so they're not going to get Jiri right now. So based on if he starts as Dominic Reyes and he gets the next title shot, I don't think the champion between Jan and Glover will turn that down. Ratchik is one of the hottest young fighters in all of the UFC. So I don't think he would turn that down, especially if it's their number one contender fight. Then he'd already beat Reyes. Thiago Santos I don't think Thiago Santos is afraid of anyone. Same as Anthony Smith. Magomed Ankalaev doesn't seem like a guy that would turn down a fight. Already beat Ozdemir, and who's the rest of the top 10? Krylov and Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's hurt or something. Krylov, I don't think will be afraid of anyone. So in the top 10, no. But I get what this guy's trying to say. But just based off of the names I said, none of those individuals seem like they would turn down a fight to fight anyone anytime.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of look at Sandhagen as not the uncrowned champion, but as like a guy that you could definitely see in the next year at least having that belt wrapped around his waist. So maybe with a win, people will view Yuri in that way as well. Yeah. Like,
I think,
what do you think? Again,
I'm hoping I'm predicting a big Yuri knockout tonight. We'll see if it happens. But I think for a lot of the UFC fans, just unfortunately because how it works, they haven't seen the Ryzen highlights. They haven't seen the crazy knockout and violence this guy brings. We only saw it once, and I think we're getting a better glimpse of that fun, just crazy personality, crazy violence he brings with his antenna haircut. And I don't know if you saw the videos of him in the ring and just moving around. I think when he walks out there and just you're just gonna see him, and if he kind of does what I think he can do, I think Sunday morning Yuri will have that kind of that Romero type scare. But yeah, fighters are gonna face him, but the fans are gonna be like, oh, you're gonna come out a different person when you fight Yuri, type of guy. So we'll see.
Yeah, Yuri's one of those guys. Go ahead, AK.
I'll just say quickly. I remember in his debut, people thought the commentary thought like he was kind of goofing around a little bit. You know, he's got a little bit of an orthodox style, and they thought like, oh, and he's fighting Volkans. I feel like I remember the commentary was like, oh, he's kind of goofing off a little, and then in the second round had that just detonated on him. So I think this narrative already shifted like a big time, and then I think with the KO of Reyes, then his style just becomes something that we learn to appreciate and showcase and focus on. So, and by the way, Ma Wagner says, thank you, Mike. He says you interpreted the question correctly. I see in the comments. So well done.
Yeah. That's not the thing about Yuri. If you're not that familiar with Yuri Procházka, he either wins in devastating fashion and wins big, or he loses in devastating fashion and loses big. He doesn't lose very often, but that's what you get. Like, this is a killer be killed guy, but like at the highest level.
Yeah.
Let's not forget when he fought CB Dollaway wasn't allowed to throw kicks or knees because he wore shoes in that fight.
That's a good point.
But that was CB's choice too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's two less things you got to worry about. He's also middleweight, but that's another conversation. I'm not trying to say Yuri's a bad fighter. I'm just saying you got to take you got to look at the entire picture. Like, I just think Dominic Reyes is going to win, but I think Yuri's awesome.
Yeah,
but
this
again,
is a great
just
fight.
Just because you
That's
favor
right.
someone else doesn't mean the other guy sucks.
Yeah, this is a terrific main event.
Yeah,
real good.
I wish it was on ABC.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
All right.
Approaching the 8-minute and counting mark.
Quick one.
Should the Chikadze Swanson winner face the Burgos Barboza winner?
Yup.
Well, you can't do Cub Swanson Shane Burgos again because we just saw it like not too long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the chips fall where they're supposed to, if we do Chikadze Burgos or Chikadze Barboza or Swanson Barboza, I'm in.
I think it'll be
those.
Swanson, Barboza, and Giga and wait, no, Swanson and Barboza and Giga and Burgos. I'm about it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to mix it up, I think.
This is a quick answer. I think we all know the answer to this one.
Is
Wow,
Tony
Ferguson
asking?
joining us.
Is he asking because he's asking should he move over to that team? Is his career advice?
As far as I'm aware, the School of Self-Awareness doesn't have any rostered UFC fighters, so not anytime soon.
Oh, too soon. Too soon. Someone in the comments said is screaming free Diego, and I'm like, he's free. He is free. He's a free agent.
Yeah,
Diego has been freed. Diego has been freed. If you mean free from Joshua Fabia, that's a whole other problem. But he is technically free, so Diego's free to go wherever he wants. I'm going to say no to that question.
Yeah, we're going to know.
Anyone find it fascinating? The UFC light heavyweight division is stacked with scary Eastern Europeans. Jan, Rakic, and Yuri are scary men.
Ankalaev.
Yep.
Krylov. Ozdemir.
Kutalaba.
Serkinov is Canadian. Kutalaba. Terrifying individuals, all of them.
Yes.
They can claim Serkinov too. He's Latvian. He's from Latvia, right? Originally,
Sure.
We claim him. We probably claim him as well. So he's a man of many nations.
I think the bigger fact is just how the sport itself is such a worldwide sport for talent, and so we're just getting like A-level talent from just also like they're not just American fighters. They're not even like foreign fighters are training here. They're foreign fighters with foreign camps, living their whole life, outside of the U.S. and coming over here and just wrecking things. So, it's just MMA is just getting bigger, and there's just more talent out there, and that's great.
And let's be real on some level, though. A lot of if you're an athletic, talented person in the 205 and up range, you might be, and you're American, you might be going to play another sport besides getting into MMA.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that in boxing for a while too, right? When the Klitschko's came up, and so I'm just saying, get that money up. Maybe we'll, I'm just saying.
Also, the two best heavyweight boxers are from England.
There you go.
That's true.
Andrew Rees returns this weekend.
Is that tonight?
I'm so excited! Yeah,
tonight?
He came in like 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah, it looks good.
I saw the picture. I was like, whoa.
And then next week we get to see Canelo Alvarez kill a human being on national television. Billy Joe Saunders is going to get
alive.
smoked.
Boxing is alive.
Can't wait.
Oh,
What's your favorite striking move, Casey?
The step in knee. 1-2 step in knee. I love it. That's why I love watching Dan Hooker fight. He's really good at those.
Who will have the light heavyweight title in a year? It's an interesting
May
question.
2022. It is. All right, let me break up my mystery rankings.
Yuri Procházka.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
That is my
Oh,
guess.
just like that. Just like that.
Yuri
Dang.
Procházka. Yeah.
I'll say Jan Blachowicz.
Jan's keeping it. Two more titles.
He doesn't fight again till September.
I'm assuming
Maybe he fights before May.
Okay, we're assuming there's two more. We're assuming like he fights in September and he'll fight one more time before the end of 2021.
So we're saying
I
by
say so,
May
yes.
2022.
Oh, in a year.
So,
Okay,
in
not
12
by end of the year.
12 months. I think Alexander Ratchik will have the title.
Oh, I like it.
Ratchet goes my second guess.
I'll say
gonna be-
John Jones. John Jones
I was gonna-
after all the heavyweight stuff fizzles and sheepishly drops back down. He needs like 8 months to properly drop back down to 205 and then gets his title back.
I think it's Ratchik. It could be Ankalaev, depending on how many fights he gets in. Like he's just kind of low down the totem pole right now. So if he just gets if he just rapid fires a bunch of fights, maybe. But I think Ratchik has youth on his side.
Ankalaev maybe, but I just don't think he moves the needle enough for the UFC to push him that much in a year. That's the only reason I don't think Ankalaev, but he's obviously a very, very good talent.
Yeah, I just don't know how many times he'll be able to get in there
Yeah,
yeah. But interesting question. I think it's pretty wide open, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Kutalaba cut with a loss? Yes.
Hell no. Hell no. He gets
Say
a
it, Casey.
raise.
Go ahead, say it.
He gets a raise.
Because why, Casey? Because why? Because
Okay, first of all, you can't. We know there's no more pushing, but there's pulls. You can. It was a simple pull
is
and
true.
preventing the whiplash. If anything,
Yeah.
Kutalaba is a hero. So he saved that fight.
and
Thank
also
you.
he's a savage.
We knew that.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to hear you say
I
it.
don't. Savage.
I say
the
yes,
opposite of a
but
savage,
I could.
put it that way.
I say yes, but I could see if they keep him around because
Dana likes crazy. This
He's a
is the
fun
exact
fight.
guy that Dana loves. He loves guys like this. Why would he ever get rid of
he's
Nah.
a
him?
wild man.
Because
He's a wild man.
the UFC is publicly traded. They don't need fighters fist fighting before a fight. It's just a bad look for
That's
this
an
new sport.
excellent point.
Reputable They're a reputable organization.
Last week, Drakkar closed. Too bad. Private company. This week, nah.
Yep.
Dude, Dana.
Bad timing.
Dana freaking wore a mask at the stock exchange thing.
Right. So, and what did you just say? Dana White likes crazy man. All of a sudden, Dana's wearing mask. Like it's not the same right anymore. It's not going to be the
Yeah.
same. If you do any tomfoolery in a in a public company, that's a wrap, Jack. Sorry.
I really disagree with that because I thought we said that when they go to ESPN, it's gonna be more professional. You know, it's like no,
I never thought that.
It's all the same.
I
crap.
never thought that. ESPN is a
When they sign, when they get Reebok, it's
no.
all gonna be more
I
professional.
never thought that. Have you watched ESPN before? Oh, they love that shit. They love tomfoolery.
You know,
LeBron James blows his nose.
tomfoolery
and they-
makes money, and those guys at the
Yeah.
stock exchange and all their little
Well,
masks, they love
I
making
don't
money.
think- Do you think Ian Kutalaba and Dustin Jacoby hugging at the face-off moves the needle anymore on anything besides like the diehard MMA fan? I absolutely.
It
don't think
absolutely
so.
did. It moved the needle enough. It was the only face-off I watched yesterday. It was
Yeah,
the only
you were gonna
face-off
watch-
that anyone watched yesterday.
But
Yeah,
how
but
sick will it be
you
though?
work you work for a website called MMAfighting.com.
This is true. How sick will it be?
And I
if
only watched,
if-
I only watched
if
one
I-
face-off. I didn't watch any of those
If I
other
go to-
weirdos.
If I go to Subway Sandwiches and I say, "Hey, there's a UFC fight. Do you know Ian Kutalaba and Dustin Jacoby are
neck-
fighting?" They're gonna be like, "Okay."
They might have seen the neck grabbing. They might have seen the neck
But
grabbing.
they don't. Dude,
Yo,
like,
how
they
sick
don't
will it
know
be,
Peter
though?
Giannis
Guys.
is. They don't know Aljamain Sterling is. You can say that for
Casey.
anyone. You can like the
The
guy at Subway
sick will
knows
it
who
be?
Kimbo Slices, Brock Lesnar, and Conor McGregor. That's all he knows. And like, what happened to Ronda? That's about all. That's all.
Casey.
That's all the guy at Subway knows.
So the answer is no.
Casey.
It didn't move the
Guys.
needle anymore. Thank
Guys.
you.
Move the needle.
Thank you
Guys.
for Thank you for making my
Guys,
point.
let me
It
get
moved
my
the needle.
let
I
me
said
get
it
my
moved the
line.
needle.
Let me
The
get my
needle was
line
here.
in
It went
here.
like this. AK, what do you want?
Well, now I forgot what I was going to say. You know, I just continue. No,
Ah.
no.
AK, go paint your wall and come back.
If Cutelaba wins tonight by grabbing grabbing Jacoby by the back of the neck and landing like a bunch of like clinch uppercuts, it'd be like the greatest like side by side clip ever, right?
All right, listen, we're about to get the fight started. You heard our predictions for the main event and the co-main event. I believe Casey's on the Uri Island by himself. We're all on Dominic Reyes. I'm on the Giga Chikadze Island by myself. The rest of the gentlemen are on the Cub Swanson Island. Iwan Cutelaba versus Dustin Jacoby. Your pick, Jose.
Jacoby. I think he's just a better fighter all around.
AK.
Jacoby, as much as I want to see the right one hand uppercut win, but no, Jacoby.
Casey.
Cutelaba by Whiplash.
Jacoby, if it's a stand-up fight. If we see wrestler Cutelaba, it'll be interesting, but I'm going Jacoby. Strickland, Jocko. Casey.
Jocko.
AK.
Strickland.
Jose.
Jocko. I would put money on Jocko. I'm not even a
Yeah,
betting
it's a safe bet, but I'm still leaning Strickland to get a close decision. And then the first fight of the main card, Merab Dvalishvili versus Cody Stamann, AK.
Closer fight than I think some people are expecting, but Dvalishvili.
Casey.
Merab.
Jose.
Stamann.
I am also going Stamann, but he needs to do something different. It's hard to find anything wrong with Stamann's game. He's as solid as you get, but he needs to take a risk tonight. He hasn't taken a risk in like any of his UFC fights, and it's very hard to look good against Cody Stamann. Very, very difficult to do. But I think Cody knows what he has to do. I like what I'm hearing from him. I would take a dog shot on him. What are the odds on this one? Plus 235 comeback on Cody Stamann. So worth the dog shot. I also think that, like Casey and Jose said, plus 255 for Jocko. I would take a look at that one as well. There you go. That's it. Time for some fights. Time for some face punching.
Oh, wait. One,
Oh, we got more? All right, get one more.
just because I love this question.
All right, third.
I don't even,
What are your thoughts on Cedric Doumbé calling out Usman and loads of other UFC fighters? Is his acquisition to the UFC in the works? I did not know about this, if we're being honest.
I haven't heard about this either.
I didn't hear about this either, but Mr. Doumbé is the best, and he is absolutely
he's
my favorite fighter right now. Favorite fighter. And
I love it.
And
how we throw around this word savage, like, haha, we're having a silly goose time talking about UFC fighters. Cedric Doumbé is a monster. He will eat your heart inside a kickboxing ring.
Yeah, he's been featured in Misfits at least a couple of times, which is almost like a disservice to like his work. Like,
okay, there's your answer of guys we're adding to the list of where you get a contract and you're like, oh shit, I have to fight this guy. That Cedric Doumbé is that.
And Doumbé's fighting style is much like Izzy. I think his game can really transition well to MMA. So, if the money's right, I mean, obviously him going and fighting Usman, that's kind of crazy, but he's a crazy dude. But just his transition in general to MMA, I am super excited for. Big loss for kickboxing if it happens. Big gain for MMA if it does.
Mm-hmm.
LFA needs to get on the phone right now and call this gentleman and get him locked. No doubt about it.
I'm curious if he's one of those guys like Izzy that's been training jiu-jitsu on a lot behind the scenes.
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's very possible. Maybe we see him on the Contender Series later on this year as an 0-0 guy. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Gokhan Saki
All
did
right.
it. Why not Doumbé?
That's true. All right, we are done. There you go, AK. There's our birthday, boy.
Not my birthday. It's not my birthday. But you know what? You should dance like it is.
All right. We're out of here. Enjoy the fights, everybody. We will see you on the other side on the post-fight show to react to all of it. For AK, Jose, and KC, I am Mike Heck. We'll see you on the other side.
Jose, we're all waving. Yeah. What bad attitude.